The number you have reached, 911, has been changed to a non-published number.
You're listening to UCW Radio. In your face.
Welcome to another segment of the UCW Radio Show. This is your host, Lou Velasquez, and I want to thank all of our listeners for their continued support just by listening to the show. We have some great guests coming on the show. And in just a little while, we're going to have a very talented singer on the show. She just released her sophomore EP called Fireworks at the Fairground. And most of you may know her from MTV's reality show, The Real World, Road Rules Challenge the Ruins. But she will be better known as a recording artist. I want you to remember this name. Etch it in your mind. It's Brianna Taylor. Etch it in your mind, as this is a name that you'll be hearing a lot of on the radio, MTV, VH1, and all these music stations, music on TV, the papers, on the news, so on and so forth. Yeah, she's coming out. She's coming out strong. Following the interview, we will be playing her latest single, Criminal, immediately following the show. So make sure that you stay tuned so you can hear Criminal. Before we bring Brianna Taylor on the show, we want to talk about a couple of things. Tomorrow is the final audition for the Ultimate Body reality TV show. I've been speaking about it for weeks, and tomorrow is your final chance to get on the show. So you can actually find out more by going to theultimatebodytvshow.com. That's theultimatebodytvshow.com. Now, on Saturday, November 14, 2009, in Plymouth, Massachusetts, you can find me and my celebrity friends as we attend the largest mixed martial arts event in the New England area. It's called Cage Fighting Extreme, or Cage FX for short. The event is Rumble in the Jungle at the Jungleplex in Plymouth. This is an event that benefits U.S. troops. It's a must-attend event, and I have to warn you that tickets sell out very quickly, as the house is always packed. And I don't mean hundreds of people. I mean thousands of people. If ever you've seen the WWE, those events, this is what you're looking at. Same type of turnout. This is a big deal, and it's run by one of the classiest ladies in professional sports, Linda Shields. The website is cagefx.com. Check it out, November 14, 2009. That's on a Saturday, so get out there if you want to see some really, really great show and great talent. CageFX is the place to go. Celebrity boxing. Now, I've been talking about this for a little while as well. Celebrity boxing is coming as well on Wednesday, February 3rd, 2010. At the over 18,000-seat Bank Atlantic Center in Sunrise, Florida. You're going to have a major celebrity boxing event. You're going to have, not only in the ring, but guest judges in the audience, in the crowd. You're going to have celebrities galore all over the place. This is a must-attend event. You're going to have some great people there. It's going to be really, really, I'm really excited about it, among the other events that we're going to be going to. And listeners, we want you to be a part of the show, so get involved. Give us a call. Go to ucwmagazine.com. Find out who we're going to have on the show. Call in with your questions or comments, and if they're interesting enough, then we'll include them in the show. The number is 323-952-4369. That's 323-952-4369. Give us a call. We want you to get involved. And also, the UCW radio show is also opening up the door for sponsorship. I've been speaking about that as well. And advertisers, marketers that want to get involved with the UCW radio show, again, go to ucwmagazine.com. And if you're on Twitter, shoot me out some questions, comments for our guests, for me. It doesn't much matter. Get them out. My Twitter name is Louis Velasquez. That's LOUISVELAZQUEZ. So follow me and tweet away. Now, without further ado, let's patch in a girl that is ultra talented. Again, she's coming out with her sophomore EP called Fireworks at the Fairground. Actually, she came out with it, not coming out, she came out with it. And at the end of the show, do not forget, we will be playing her latest single called Criminal. So definitely stay tuned. And anyway, I'm talking too much, so let's get her on the show already. From the MTV reality show The Real World, Road Rules Challenge the Ruins, here is Brianna Taylor. Brianna, welcome to the UCW radio show. It's great to have you on the show. I want to thank you for taking time. I know you're rushing around with your MTV-ness nowadays, but I want to thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, well, thank you. Brianna, I just want to give our listeners some broad strokes on you. You appeared on the popular MTV reality show The Real World, Road Rules Challenge the Ruins, right?
Yes.
And you also, I find this interesting, you also got a special gift from your grandmama when you were very young, and that was singing. And that's something that has grown inside of you over the years. And you matured as a singer, as it shows from in your sophomore album that you have, The Fireworks at the Fairground, and as opposed to your debut. And now, what I like to do is start at the beginning and let's find out more about you. You know, where did you grow up?
Well, I was born at Pennsylvania Hospital in West Philadelphia, and I actually just recently bought a new house. I live in Warrington now.
Oh, nice.
So it's still in PA. It's right outside Philadelphia in the suburbs. So I'm loving the house. I'm really excited. I'm having a housewarming party on Sunday. So looking forward to it.
Well, congrats. Hopefully you'll get all the fun stuff that you get at housewarming parties, like dishes and beer and dishes. But I mentioned that you actually had that you got a special gift from your grandmama, and that was the gift of song. Can you tell us more about that?
Well, my grandma used to sing on the radio with her sisters when she was younger. They were kind of like the Andrews sisters, you know. But as she got older, her father had a bit of a drinking problem, and she met my grandfather, and he told her either you want to sing or you want to get married. So he gave her pretty much an ultimatum. So she chose to get married, and you know, she would sing in church and everything. And I, you know, came into the world, and when I was 12 years old, my grandfather passed away, and that year I came back from camp singing.
Oh wow! I'm sorry to hear about the passing. But then you just started singing, and you started doing that. That's pretty cool. Now, has this always been has it always been a goal of yours to become a recording star, or was that something that just happened one day and you said, okay, I want to try this out?
You know, ever since I was younger, my mom's always said, you know, that I've always cared so much more about others than, you know, not so much about myself, you know, because I do care about myself, but I always worry about everybody else's well-being and everything, and you know, everybody else's happiness, and so I've always wanted to be something or somebody, you know, to help out other people. So when I realized that I could sing, I was like, wow, I really like this, and you know, getting up in front of like a live audience and performing and recording everything, you know, I love everything about it, like the craziness, like the hectic life and everything. So yeah, that's where like my whole, you know, idea of, you know, I want to be a singer came from. So
it wasn't,
I'm happy that I'm doing it.
Well, that's pretty cool, but it wasn't just you being selfish. You had an underlying cause in the whole deal. Yeah,
definitely. I believe that's actually been my a good thing about me, and a downfall about me, about my personality, is that I've always wanted to understand people and why they do the things that they do, and, you know, help people, even though, you know, there were some that like couldn't, there was no helping them. I think that's why I stayed with my ex-boyfriend for so long. It's because I felt like I could help him, and you know, what better way to do that than actually be in like the public eye and you know, be singing and helping people through my songs.
But now, before we get into the boyfriend thing, I want to address that in a little while, because we have a special area for that on this show for you. But I do want to ask you, when you wanted to become a recording star, get into music and everything, did you get moral support from your family?
Absolutely. My mom has been 1,000,000% supportive. You know, she's definitely excited about everything that's been going on in my life. I don't really speak with my father too often, but anytime that I do talk to him, he tells me, always lets me know that he's proud of me. My sister, of course, has her little her jealous side, but she still is supportive. She here and there she'll let me know that she's rooting for me and everything. So my family's been very, very supportive.
Well, that's a good thing, because with that foundation, you can actually reach any goals you have that you're looking to reach if you have that support structure in your family, and I think that's really important. And that's great
Absolutely.
to hear. That's great to hear that you have that. Now, let me ask you, Brianna, when you released your debut album, was it the real you in that debut album, or were you trying to fit in or fit what you thought you had to be at the time? Because I know your sophomore album is different than your first one.
Yes. Well, actually, Whitney Houston didn't get a #1 hit by writing her own stuff. And I definitely feel like this new album absolutely incorporates me as an artist. It definitely shows my growth as an individual and as an artist. And I'm really happy with the second album. My first EP, I love the songs and everything, but I didn't feel like it captured me. I didn't feel like it really showed off, what I can do and what I like to do. With this album, I feel like it's a lot more soul, and it's got like a trip hop, pop feeling to it, and it still encompasses some alternatives, some rock and everything. So I'm really, really, really happy with this second album.
Well, you evolved as an artist, and that's what it comes down to, because you found your voice.
Definitely.
Okay, and that's the case. And I also know that you get some of your influences from the likes of some. I mean, if you had to pick some great ones, you sure did. Natalie Cole, Anita Baker, Sarah Vaughan, and you even throw Christina Aguilera in there. Now, do you feel that all these influences actually shined in your latest release?
Yes, I do actually. I grew up on jazz and gospel. They've both been a major foundation for me, and so I definitely feel like the soul comes out in this album. And I believe that every single artist, that you mentioned, Natalie Cole, Anita Baker, all my favorites, that they definitely have a huge soul background. Christina Aguilera, so it's good to, when I heard the final copy, I was like, wow, yeah, that's exactly it. I got goosebumps. Happy.
Well, you hit it on the mark. That's why, and that's good. That's good. When you feel that, I guess that's secure in what you're releasing, and it hit every mark that you want it to hit. Well, then it's gonna. You just imagine what people are gonna think about it when they finally start to listen to it.
Mhm.
Wow, they're gonna hug you and scream your name, Brianna, Brianna. They're gonna start chasing you down the street.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm ready for all that.
No, well, hey, it's gonna happen, but we'll touch on that later.
Okay.
Now let's talk about the MTV Real World deal. How did that come about? How did that happen?
Well, my best friend actually, Joey, he had been talking about going to the audition for a little while. And for like a few weeks, and he's like, "You're gonna come with me, right? You're gonna come with me, right, Bree?" And I told him, I was like, "Okay, yeah, I'll go." By the time the day of the audition came, I didn't get out of work until 4 o'clock. The audition was at 7 o'clock in the morning. So I called him, and I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it. I'm tired. And he gave me the whole guilt trip. And something in my gut told me just to get up and go. So I turned over and I looked at my ex-boyfriend. I was like, "Let's just go." So he rolls his eyes, and we get up, and we leave, and get dressed and everything. And they called my ex-boyfriend and I back. And actually, coming home from the audition, I fell asleep in the car. And I'm not normally one to, have, epiphanies or anything like that, but fell asleep in the car, and I woke up, and I said to my friends and my ex-boyfriend, I was like, "I made it." I knew that right then and there that I had made it. It was really weird how it happened, but I don't know. I guess it's because I really didn't anticipate anything, and I wouldn't have been upset either way. You know, like there's some people, you know, that strive their entire life to get on the Real World, and they audition 8,000 times. And I'm glad to, you know, say that, like, I guess I got lucky, or maybe I'm just that crazy.
But you know the thing is, and I'll just touch on this, that we had Ashley from the Rock of Love on the show. We had Rodeo from the Rock of Love on the show, and a few other reality stars. But when they were going for those shows, actually they weren't going for the shows. They were approached. It was just something that happened. They didn't go chasing it around. And I think if you chase it, it doesn't happen for you because it's not meant to be. But for you, it was meant for you to get that because, you know, again, the MTV Real World got you national, if not international exposure. And now your music, to you, is the most important thing. So now, you know, that kind of got you out there. So that's pretty cool. And I think things like that just happen. Maybe, you know, not to get biblical, but sometimes God has a hand in things, and things just fall into place for a reason. So,
that's true.
So you have a purpose. Now, we had a guest on the show some years back. He was on the Real World as well. And at the time, he was a pro wrestler with an organization out in California. I remember speaking to him. We didn't do a radio interview. We did everything was for the magazine. But he got fame from being on the Real World. And the long and short of it, Mike the Miz became a big deal in the WWE. He came from nothing, and he became a big deal. And actually, he's a nice guy, actually. So I have a two-part question for you. Okay. Now, are you beginning to get greater fame from being on the show? And part two, do you see yourself going down the reality show road again?
You know, reality TV, doing American Idol and doing the Real World, it's definitely, you know, given me a boost. I have so much love in my heart, you know, for the people that have helped me to get to where I am, and, you know, the people that are pushing me forward and, you know, helping me out. I appreciate everything that Brianna Murray has done, you know, MTV, and absolutely the guys at my record label, Jason Silverman, Tomas Costanza, Matthew Bear, you know.
What's the name of that record label? Just let it out.
Oh, Chamberlain Records.
Chamberlain Records. All right, we just want to give them some props as we move along. Go right ahead.
Yeah, I'm very, very happy. Most definitely with the guys at Chamberlain Records. They're just a great team, and I could never ask for anything else, you know. And I do think, you know, that you know, the Real World did help my career, because the amount of downloads that I got on my last album was just absolutely crazy amazing, you know, for being signed to an indie record label with not too much publicity. You know, and so the Real World definitely did help me out, and I'm really, really, really excited about, you know, seeing how this album does and everything. I'm hoping that it does very, very well.
Well, I think it is going to do well. Now, do you think that you capped it out as far as reality shows are concerned?
Yeah, you know what? I think. Unless they're willing to give me my own show, which would be pretty sick and be pretty phony, it'd be awesome. I think I'm pretty much done with reality TV. You know, I wanted to do at least one challenge just for the experience. I did that. I got to go to Thailand, which was absolutely beautiful.
Nice.
You know, so I don't know. You know, some people are just meant for the reality TV spotlight, but you know, let's be honest, like, what does that say about anybody, you know, like, and I have to, you know, hate on them a little bit, you know, like Real World and Rock of Love and, you know, everything else is only going to be around for a short amount of time if you're not willing to, you know, dig your hands in. Like, some people are starting to clothe their own clothing line, you know, some people are, you know, moving on, like the Miz has his career and everything. Other people are trying their hand in acting. People are moving out to LA and everything. And you know, I give those people mad props for that, you know, but the ones that are just like, well, I love reality TV and this is what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life, it will fade, and it fades fast. Like, you know, after my season was done, you know, Brooklyn was the new season, you know, that was, everybody was amped about, everybody was really excited about, you know, so, and some of us, some people from the Real World just disappear off. You know, they realize that this isn't what they want. And it's not even the fame thing, because I don't feel like my life really has changed that greatly since the real world. You know, yeah, I'll go out and people, you know, I'll get more drinks at the bar for free, but, you know.
Oh, good. I'm going to hang out with you.
I know, that's why I take all my girlfriends out. I always say, you know, if I'm at the bar with somebody starts hitting on me, they say, can I buy you a drink? I'll say, oh, yeah, but you got to buy all 4 of my girlfriend's drinks, too. You know, and they'll usually end up doing it if they're drunk enough. It's pretty sweet. But you know, it's really cool. It's really cool. You know, I'm glad that I've had like all the, you know, I feel like I've been blessed with the opportunity, you know, of being on the real world, and I'm happy with the way that my career is going, and all I can go is forward.
Yeah,
up.
Yeah, but no doubt about it. I'm glad that you said all that, because you know, that just shows your level of maturity. Because a lot of people, they do say, okay, I'm going to be a reality star. That's what I'm going to do, and this is what they wind up doing, and it becomes kind of comical. But if you use that as a catalyst to greater things, like you're doing, you got on the show, you didn't mean to do it. You just went because, all right, somebody pushed you and you did it, big deal, and it happened. It happened. You know, we had Lana Taylor. She's a Playboy cover model. We had her on the show. You know, she's good friends with the show, and she told us her story, how she was just there. Somebody was taking pictures, and she was just there. She wasn't modeling or anything. They took a picture, and then all of a sudden, it's all history. Okay, but things like that happen. You know, so I think that you being mature and understanding the limitations with reality TV is important, because now you know you need to bounce up and just everything else that you have planned to just capitalize on the fame you got and just keep moving forward. And,
exactly.
Yeah, and if MTV or VH1 or someone like that comes up and offers you a reality show of your own, well, you know what? That'd be smart on their part, because I'm sure that people would continue to adhere to you as a person. And I think that's big stuff. Now, Brianna, I'm going to touch on something that's pretty deep, and it is a problem in today's society, and that's domestic abuse, violence. And you were kind of vocal, from what I understand, on this topic while you were on the show. Would you mind sharing your story with us?
Well, from the get-go, actually, you know, with my audition tapes and everything, the ones that Brianna Murray told me to send in for the real world, my ex-boyfriend recorded a lot of them, and I know a few things that I said in my audition videos, and I was just being honest. Like, him and I had even like a rough start from the beginning, and even now to this day, like I never have any regrets. And I don't say at all that I regret dating him, because I learned a lot about myself, and you know, ever since, you know, I sent that first audition tape in, they knew that something big was going to happen between us. Brianna Murray definitely knew that something was going to happen between us. And I feel like a lot of women, you know, they get so wrapped up in the, you know, the monotony of the relationship, or how comfortable it is. And, you know, I was living with my ex-boyfriend, so, you know, I don't even think that these women, like, actually honestly think, well, it's okay because you know what, he loves me. I really don't think that. I think it's just, you know, you know, if somebody would give me the life that I have, you know, I could stay with them. Like, if a man were to come off the street and say, I'm going to take care of you, I'm going to give you this, I'm going to give you this, I'm going to, you know, love you, I'm going to care about you for everything that you're worth. And, you know, if somebody had that, I'm sure that they would leave their abusive partner, you know. But it's the reality, you know. The world's not like that, and it's tough. It's tough to actually see it, and, you know, and be a part of something like that. And I'm not saying, you know, what I did was right, because by no means, man or woman, or woman or man on woman, or a woman on man, nobody should be hitting anybody in the relationship at all. Right. You know, and it took me some time to realize, like, yeah, I was the one that called the police, but I could have, you know, I guess restrain myself too. I tried the whole locking myself in the bedroom, and I tried to leave, and he wouldn't let me leave. You know, and it's hard, but at times I'm not anywhere near upset at myself for defending myself. I'm upset at myself for not protecting myself and not leaving when I should have. And I think that's a big problem that a lot of women and men have in relationships. My best friend Jess, actually, her friend called her the other day. Her friend, it's a guy, bawling his eyes out because his girlfriend was beating him up, you know, and it happens on both sides. Granted, you know, media and the world has made it, well, we all know that there are men that are stronger than women as a majority, as a whole. Usually men are, you know, physically stronger than women. So we all know if a guy hits a girl, obviously there's something wrong with him and he needs a severe beatdown by other guys, you know? But it goes both ways. And, you know, it is extremely tough to be in that situation. It really, really is. And that's why, you know, I have taken the stance, you know, to, you know, talk about domestic violence and make people realize you're not alone, that there are plenty of people out there that are going through the same thing, that, you know, have gotten over it. I've moved past it and I'm stronger, you know, and I thank God every day because I'm actually blessed to know I don't have to put up with bull crap. I don't. I'm a strong person. I'm an independent woman. I'm a beautiful human being, and I can get over. I can get over it. I can move past it.
But you know the thing is, and I'm glad for you that you did have that strength. Now, you probably got it from your mom, okay, and you got that strength to move on. And, you know, kudos to your mommy. But you had the strength to move on, and you understood that, hey, you know what, I don't have to deal with this. And, you know, a lot of women and a lot of men, they do stay in the relationships, but it's beyond physical. It's also mental and verbal abuse that you deal with.
Absolutely.
And you don't even realize it, you know, and sometimes, especially with verbal abuse, you don't realize it, or with mental abuse, you don't realize it till you're out of that situation. And it's sad.
Exactly.
And it's sad.
And sometimes, usually, that's exactly how it starts.
Yeah. But the physical thing, you know, once somebody raises a hand to another person, that's when you got to question that, hey, you know what, this is done one time. Is it going to happen again? You know, chances are it will.
Yeah.
You know, but it's good that that you spoke about this because you went through it, and look at you now. Look at you, Miss Brianna Taylor. Check you out. All right, Brianna, do you have an official website, MySpace, things like that? Because I know, and just so our listeners know, usually, you know, when we have someone on the show, we're going for a longer period of time. But I know that you have to rush back to Philly or Pennsylvania, wherever you're going. You have to go back home. So, if you can give us that information, that'd be fantastic.
Well, I am on Facebook, and you can tweet me on Twitter. And my MySpace is www.myspace.com/Brianna Taylor Official.
Ah, cool. And that's your official MySpace, and then you tweet. So you tweet. I had Tina Sugan on the other day, and we were talking about tweeting, and I just hope, and I told her this, I'm telling you, I just hope you're not going to turn into John Mayer and start tweeting like mad, you know, because he gets crazy with that stuff. My God.
Yeah, no, you know, I actually,
he's gonna get pissed off at me at some point, I think. Well, that's okay.
I love John Mayer. I do. He's hilarious. I swear, you know, my favorite show, I think now, is Rob Dyrdek's Fantasy Factory, because those guys, they crack me up. Rob Dyrdek is so funny. He's great, and John Mayer is hilarious. Maybe I'll tweet him.
Yeah, you tweet him, and he'll tweet you back, and he'll say, huh? And then he'll start harassing you. Watch out. But you know, he
great.
Yeah, but he is talented, though. It's just, you know, he just is an over-tweeter. If they come up with some sort of issue, it's an over-tweeter. That's what he does. But now, do you
like a new disease, like alcoholism, gambling?
I know. Yeah,
if you're gambling too much, you're an over-tweeter.
I know. But we're saying it here on the show right now. So you and I, we kind of co-made that. That's good. Over-tweeting. That's not a good thing. Now, Brianna, do you have any appearances lined up that we should know about?
Actually, we're working on a tour right now, so as soon as I find out all this information for that, it will be up on my Facebook. I will be tweeting about it, and it will definitely be up on my MySpace. We have a few things in the works. The album just came out, so, busy talking to newspapers, magazines, like doing like daytime TV stuff and everything. But, yeah, you can find out anything or Google me.
Cool. But now I want to address something with the Twitter, because I know sometimes this is a problem. Now, your official Twitter, is it like verified so people know that it's really you? Or... that? Because you see so many fake Twitter
sometimes,
things.
Sometimes, well, I'll usually be on the phone with like my people from my label, and they'll ask me what I'm doing, and they'll be like, "Oh, I'm writing that down on your Twitter," But sometimes I will actually. It does get a little crazy. My life has definitely gotten really, really hectic recently. So anytime that I get a chance to hop on my MySpace, my Facebook, or my Twitter, I definitely do that. So any of my my fans that are messaging me and everything, I'm definitely reading your messages, even if I don't reply to them. Somebody is, and if somebody's not, then I definitely am.
Well, I just want to make sure that because a lot of times, like we had, like I told you, we had Ashley from Rock Love. She doesn't tweet, doesn't do anything, but there's all this fake stuff out there saying that it's her, and I just want to make sure that people went to your real Twitter. That's what I was trying to establish here. So, and I'm
almost positive there's only one Twitter of me. So yeah, you'll know. There's actually a fan Facebook page, a fan Facebook page, and then my real Facebook page. You'll know if it's my real one.
Ah, coolness. All right, Brianna, I know you have to run, but I want to thank you so much for taking time to come on the show today. Look, I want to wish you the best of luck with your singing career. I think that, if your personality is any indication of where your career is going, well, you know what? You're going far. And
thank you, Lou.
Yeah, you're more than welcome. Now, is there anything that we should touch on before we let you go? Because I don't want to miss anything, and I know that we're kind of zooming through this, but I want to make sure that we're getting what we need to get in the show.
Just check out my album, Fireworks at the Fairground, and hopefully you like my brand new single. It's called Criminal. It's one of my favorites on the album. So, yeah, check it out, Fireworks at the Fairgrounds, Brianna Taylor.
Oh, coolness. All right, well, we would like to have you back on the show as your career progresses, if you don't mind, because I have a feeling.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Brianna, I have a big feeling that what's going to wind up happening in 6 months, in a year, that when we want to get you on the show, you're going to have to squeeze us in between you going on Jay Leno and all this stuff. You're going to be all over the place. You're going to be
I hope so.
No, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. No doubt about it. You're talented. And the thing that impresses me about you is that you're mature with your view on what's happening. Like, I mean, you're on the real world, but you're thinking about the real world, the world that you live in, and what you're doing.
True.
And
I have to.
Yeah, you have to, because who's going to do it for you? Look at you. You bought a house. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
You got all this stuff going on. This is the beginning of your life, and I think it's going to be a blessed one. I think it's going to be a great one, and just enjoy it, and just keep moving forward. You'll get everything done, no doubt about it. So yes, so we want to have you on again.
Okay, definitely.
Okay, excellent. Now, that was Brianna Taylor from MTV's Real World, and you got to check out her new CD, Fireworks at the Fairground. It's available, and you can get that on what? On Amazon, Brianna?
You can get iTunes or any other digital store.
Ah, cool. So you can get it anywhere online, and if you don't get it, you're a fool, because this girl is talented. And that's it for this segment of the UCW Radio Show. This is your host, Lou Velasquez, and I will be back with you with another amazing guest. Until then, keep tabs on Brianna Taylor, because her career is going to the moon, and she's going to soar to new heights in the music world.
It's not a crime to decide if you really wanna break my heart, but don't pretend to defend that it's really not who you are. You saw the love I've given,
shutdown sequence.
What is your major malfunction?
So let it be written. So let it be done.
Ladies and gentlemen, my mother thanks you, my father thanks you, my sister thanks you, and I thank you.